All praises to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, Hashem HaKadash. This Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. It means He is. Yahweh Shai is the name of His Son. It means He is who saves. HaKadash or Kwakadash or Kwadash is the name of the Holy Spirit in Hebrew. So I've been following all these arguments. Really, they're arguments that are happening on Twitter, but they're probably on a lot of different social media platforms. Seeing if this train is gonna stop, when the people are gonna stop arguing about Hebrews to Negroes. Let's get that. And you get the latest. And then the arguments have moved from, oh, you guys are anti-Semitic, through to, you're the fake Jews and you're uneducated. And now what I'm seeing is people saying, okay, so you've proved it. Now what? You know, this this train isn't gonna stop, man. I'm just trying to see an example of that. And it's got people shook because the rhetoric has actually changed, you know? It's no longer, let's see, true Jews. That's where I saw it last time. They're no longer, oh, stop, you're being anti Semitic. And it's no longer stop. 45 seconds ago. Stop. Stop talking about this. It's now, it's more like, okay, you've proved it now, so what are you going to do with it? Or some other people like being the accuser. So anyway, let's go back and talk about that. So in Jeremiah 16, this is all predicted, of course. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither a place. Hold on, let me go down a bit more. Starts around 17, I think. Therefore, and okay, 12, let's go for 12. And ye have done worse than your fathers, for behold, you walk every one after every imagination of evil, of his evil heart, that they may not know, hearken unto me. Therefore I will cast you out of this land into a land that ye know not, neither ye nor your fathers, and there ye shall serve other gods night and day, where I will not shew you favour. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from the land whither he had driven them. So basically, it's saying, okay, so up until this point, even up until this point, even up until today, you know, we celebrate Passover, saying, you know, when the Most High brought us out of Egypt, you know, the Passover being the final curse that was put on the land of Egypt, at which point Pharaoh decided to, you know, give all the Egyptians everything they wanted and ask them to leave, you know, and Moses led the children of Israel out of Egypt. But saying that in the future, it'll be and since that time, and we've been led out of Egypt. We've been scattered. Since that time, since the desolation of the temple, and the Israelites fleeing into Africa, where they were enslaved by the native Hamites and sent off somewhere else. Since that time, we haven't ever been delivered. But there will come a time, as in verse 14, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall now be said, the Lord liveth, that brought you out the children out of Egypt, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children out of Israel, the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from the lands whither he had driven them. So the time's coming where there's the Lord is going to bring the children out of all these different places that we scattered to. From the fleeing of the Israelites into West Africa after the desolation of the temple and the Roman invasion of Jerusalem, to their subsequent slavery, where they were shipped all over the planet. And there's going to be a time where the people the Israelites will say, he's brought them back from all these different people. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land, which that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And I'll send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. This is not the same version of the Bible. It's King James version. So the holes of the rocks, in another version it said the clefts of the rocks. Which for me is Esau. For mine eyes are upon all of their ways. So when he's talking about they, who's they? They shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks, or the clefts of the rocks. For mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from my eyes. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land, and they have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things. And that goes back to possibly Antiochus, where he, I think it was it during the time of the Maccabees, where he asked, or not asked, commanded all everybody to, celebrate things like the king's birthday and the Bacchus, celebrate the god Bacchus, and eat swine in the temple, and all that sort of stuff. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land, they have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things. O Lord, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity. So the Gentiles here aren't heathens, right? Gentiles here are the Israelites in the Gentile state of mind, who have been forced to, as I think it was in verse 12, who have been forced to worship other gods of wood and stone. Our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Shall a man make gods unto himself, and there are no gods? Therefore, behold, I will once cause them to know. So, shall a man make gods unto himself, and there are no gods? It means to say, why have we been made to make gods when the concept of God doesn't exist? But in fact, there is one God that lives. And the reason why we were made to make gods unto ourselves and forced into all these fake religions is so that we are misdirected from the one true power. Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know, and I will cause them to know mine hand and my might, and they shall know that my name is the Lord. You see that? Jeremiah 16:18. So, that being said, it's not really about whether these people are saying they've inherited lies. It's more like the Israelites saying, "Oh my God, we've been told things that weren't true." It's more to do with our people realizing that they've been told lies rather than anybody else. The Gentiles being the Israelites in the Gentile state of mind. They're the ones that are waking up. And the arguments that they're having with other people, it doesn't really matter. That's just by the by. The most important thing is that the Israelites really realize who they are. It doesn't matter. I don't think it actually matters whether they're believed by, you know, so-called other other peoples, other religions, whether they're recognized by that. It doesn't matter. But the point is that they recognize, they are realizing who they are. And that's what I want to bring out. Shalom.